Barris from the Morning Buzz here on Radio.org. Good morning, everybody. It is the Morning Buzz Sports Show here on Radio.org in Hudson County Schools of Technology, North Bergen, New Jersey. I'm back. It was in Florida for about a week. Had a fantastic time. Went to the beach, pool. It was amazing. But we have Mr. P here.
We're
going to discuss some sport. Yeah, you're back too. You went to Jamaica.
Right.
Had a little vacation of your own.
No, I did not have a vacation.
It was not a vacation.
It was not a vacation.
Oh.
So,
okay.
But I did go. I had to go down to Jamaica for a funeral. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we have a sports show for you guys today, and we're gonna start with the New York Knicks, who lost to the Indiana Pacers yesterday.
All right.
93-82. Now, Mr. P, the series is led by the Pacers 3-1.
Right.
Game 5 Thursday in the Garden.
Right.
I find it really, really tough for the Knicks to come back and pull off a series win. I really find it tough. I think they're just about done. Mr. P, what do you think?
Well, they've got to turn around. They've got to start hitting their shots. I watched the game on the plane back, and they had it on the screen, and I was watching, and the Pacers have a good defense, and they just weren't hitting their shots. J.R. Smith is struggling, and unless Carmelo Anthony is playing a super game, they don't have a shot. I don't see. There's just not enough scoring power on that team.
They rely, and I think it was Kenny Smith yesterday said it best.
Yeah.
He said that the Knicks rely too much on the threes,
Right.
and particularly Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
And they don't rebound the ball. And
No.
And meanwhile, they have Tyson Chandler. Amari Stoudemire, I understand he just came back.
Yeah.
But he's a fairly good rebounder. And you have Kenyon Martin.
Well, they got destroyed on the boards.
Yeah, that's my point.
The offensive rebounds were ridiculous. The amount of rebounds the Indiana Pacers got. I mean, they just got destroyed. So, yeah, they're not a good rebounding club. You would think they would rebound better. They got, as you said, they got Stoudemire, they got Kenyon Martin. They put in a big team. It just got out-rebounded.
Yeah, I mean, and during the season, it was just the same thing. They relied so much on their threes and shooting. And, is that a bad thing? No, but when it doesn't go in, you have to rebound the ball and get another chance, or at least, get different opportunities than just, Carmelo Anthony shooting threes and, shooting with his eyes close to the basket. So,
well,
I mean,
it's predictable. Their offense is predictable.
Right.
And
they know how to play
and they know who's going to shoot, basically. They know what each guy's strengths are. They know what J.R. Smith's going to do. He settles too much for the outside shot. He doesn't drive enough. When your outside shot's not falling, you got to do something. You got to change it up.
Right.
And they're just rigid. They got a very predictable, rigid offense. And it's easy to figure out. And a good team like the Pacers, they're the best defensive team, I think, in the league. They've got their number right now. So.
Right. And we'll see if the Pacers can
Right.
close out the Knicks season on Thursday, which is Game 5 in New York.
I hope not. I hope that they have a great effort I think they'll give a great effort on Thursday night and send the game back to the Indianapolis, and then hopefully never give up. It's not over until it's over, as Yogi Berra says, but doesn't look good for the Knicks right now. I got to agree with you.
They're in a tough hole.
Does not look good.
But the other game that was on yesterday, San Antonio and Golden State. San Antonio beat Golden State 109-91. Tony Parker had 25 points, 10 assists. And Mr. P, Tony Parker is like their offense. When he has the ball, everything revolves around him. So when he's out, and I think there was a point in the season where he didn't play a couple of games because he was injured or maybe he was just fatigued, but they didn't do too well. So now that Tony Parker's back, he's healthy. I think he's considered probably, if not the best point guard in the league, one of the best, because he does an amazing job of getting his teammates involved, and specifically Tim Duncan. who is just an offensive genius and uses the backboard more than anybody in the NBA.
Right.
So I think, the San Antonio Spurs, I think they'll probably win this series. I think they're just a little bit too much experienced and have too many weapons with Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and their side players like Leonard and Ginobili, of course.
But you've got to give a lot of credit to the Warriors.
Oh, yeah, of course. Stephen Curry has just been an absolute enjoyment to watch. So.
Nobody expected them to maybe even make the playoffs. So for them to be in this position, they really kind of outperformed what everybody else thought that could happen.
Right. So the games tonight, Chicago and Miami play at 7 o'clock, Game 5 in Miami.
What's that all about? What's that series? 3-1 or 2?
I believe it's 3-1. Miami leads.
Right.
And Mr. P, Miami's just, they're Miami. They're good. They're not going to not be good. With LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. No. Actually, bring up a point. Dwayne Wade has not been doing too well.
All right.
I think he had last.
I think he's hurt.
Yeah. The last game they played, he had 9 points, maybe even less.
Wow.
And he's just not explosive at all, and he thrives on explosiveness. With his drives to the basket. When he doesn't have that, what else can he do? He can't live on fadeaways for the whole game. Every single one of them is not going to go in. So Dwayne Wade's been hurt. So basically, LeBron James has just been doing it all himself, and he's LeBron James, so he can do that.
And Bosh is playing good.
I believe so. I believe he's playing. I mean, not as good as LeBron James.
No, of course not. No.
But they're doing pretty good. And Mr. P, I think Miami will make it to the finals. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
I think so.
Will they win it? I think they have good competition.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Miami's just
I think it's going to be San Antonio, Miami. That's what I think the final's going to be.
Really?
Yeah. Who do you think? What do you think?
I think it'll be Oklahoma City and Miami.
You think so, huh?
I think so.
Even without Westbrook?
Even without Westbrook. I mean, the series that Memphis and Oklahoma City, which is at 9:30 tonight.
Yeah.
They've Memphis has put up a pretty good fight.
What's the series on that?
I think it's at 2-2. I think.
Yeah. No.
But they've put up a pretty good series.
Yeah.
I mean, Memphis, they have Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, Zach Randolph. And, they've been doing a really, really good job of holding their own. And they showed that against the Clippers.
Yeah.
They were not expected to win. The Clippers had too many weapons. And what do you know? Memphis is in the next round. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't count them out. I mean, Oklahoma City is really, really good. But, Memphis is, is an up-and-coming team, too.
Memphis leads 3-1.
Memphis
they're
leads
up 3-1? Wow.
All right. So
it may be Memphis, San Antonio. That may be the... So, I wouldn't be surprised if Memphis goes to the final either. I like the way they're playing. They're playing hungry, and they're playing good team ball, and they got Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol, and they're playing good ball right now. So that wouldn't shock me either. But I think Miami will make it from the East.
That's for sure. And, whether or not Miami plays the Knicks or the Pacers, we'll find out. As we said, the Knicks are in a little bit of trouble.
Well, big trouble.
But if the Pacers do win and they go to Miami, I mean, as much as it sounds like, Miami's gonna, sweep them or something, I think the Pacers can put up a pretty good fight.
I think so. Yeah.
Will they win the series? I don't know about that.
But
I think they'll put up a really, really good fight and make it interesting.
They play great team ball. They have great team chemistry. They're big. They can rebound.
Right.
They don't have a star. They don't have a superstar like Carmelo.
No.
But they all contribute, and they don't look for one player to carry them like the Knicks.
Yeah.
The Knicks all look to Carmelo.
Yeah, and that's that's a good thing. When a team doesn't have that one star player that's like, we're losing. You know what? I'm just gonna give you the ball and do whatever you want with it. When you don't have that, and you just have very good players and a good squad and good chemistry, and you're all looking for each other to score, then it makes it so much easier to play together.
I can't even watch Jason Kidd play anymore because I can't stand the guy has no confidence in his shot. I mean, I can't
Mr.
stand
P,
that.
his shot, he can't even run down
shoot.
the court. The refs who are running back to see the play run faster than him, and that's ridiculous.
Get him out of there. I mean, I know he's a good general and field general, but oh my gosh, come on.
Field general might as well be a coach. Why is he on the floor?
Yeah, he should be a coach. I mean, at this point, because he just does not have the confidence you need to be out on.
I mean, we're not bashing his career. He's a really good player, but
not at this point.
Yeah,
not at this point. Not at this
it's getting
point.
a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, in baseball, the Yankees beat Seattle 4-3 yesterday. Play Seattle tonight 7:05.
Right.
And the New York Metropolitans lost to St. Louis 10-4.
Yeah.
10-4.
Yeah, they're even doing worse than we both predicted. So they started out, the first 10 games or so.
Yeah, they were doing pretty good.
But they
and now all of a sudden, whap, right down.
No.
And at this point, I really don't even I can't even remember the last time I watched the Mets game. Honestly, it's depressing. And I don't want to have a depression. Actually, my uncle, he is a really big Met fan. Yeah. And basically, he's such a big Met fan that if they lose, his whole day is depressed. Because his whole day revolves around seeing the Mets play.
No, that's not good.
And so he must have a depressed life because the Mets are just horrible.
They're pitiful. And they have no outfield. They have, outside of one or two pitchers, they don't have a really good pitching staff or bullpen. It's just a team that's you can see it's going nowhere quick. And I think Terry Collins, if it continues, he's not going to be around for the rest of the for the whole year. I think they'll get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they don't do good this year, there's going to be a lot of changes.
Well,
a lot of changes.
They're going to still become a AAA ball club.
That's being nice.
They don't want to spend any money.
Right.
So they exchange one set of AAA ball players for another set of AAA ball players, and then they wonder why nobody's hitting. I mean, come on. Look at that outfield. That's not a major league outfield that they have. It's not. And so I just think they need new ownership, and they probably won't get it because the Wilpons want to control the club forever. But they don't.
Well, the Wilpons need to read the Daily News and look at their standings and who's hitting the ball because nobody is, and I think that he needs to make a lot of changes for the Mets. Whether that means changing the name. I mean, there needs to be a lot of changes.
To that point, I agree. They're just
ridiculous,
unwatchable.
But Mr. P, talk some football.
Yeah.
The New York Jets selected Geno Smith, quarterback. They released Tim Tebow. He's out.
I heard he's going to play arena football or something.
Arena football? Well, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, anybody can play arena football in my mind. But we're not going to talk about Tim Tebow. We're going to talk about Geno Smith. And everybody was saying that he's such an arrogant player. He thinks he knows everything. Yeah. And just, one of those players, and the Jets still picked him.
Well, they're desperate because Sanchez is not the answer, so they need a quarterback, and Tebow wasn't the answer. So
I mean, he's good. I mean, I've seen college. I mean, he's good, but nobody wants a quarterback that thinks, especially as a rookie. What kind of rookie goes in there and says, "Oh, you don't tell me what to do"?
Well, nobody. But they'll if he can play the game, they'll put up with the attitude.
He can play the game, but he has to learn.
Well, they'll put up with the attitude. They'll put up with a lot. People put up with a lot from an athlete if he produces on the field. If he doesn't produce on the field, he could be the greatest guy, and they won't. They'll get rid of him. So
perfect example. This is not football, but in basketball last season with Dwight Howard, he got the coach fired.
Yeah.
Because he was that good.
Many players star players can get a coach fired.
Right.
If they're not happy, the coach is the first to go. So that's the way the name of the game right now. So, star players making $20+ million a year. The coach is making $2 million a year. Right. Which one are you going to keep? Which one do you want to keep happy?
Right, exactly.
And there's a lot of coaches out there, but there are very few star players. So, you keep your star player happy. That's all.
Right,
all right.
And that's about our show today.
All right, Brandon.
Here on the Morning Buzz Sports Show, WHAT Radio for Mr. P and me, Brandon Barris. See you guys tomorrow.